Gamblers. Lily wonders how late they do whatever it is they do. Will they even be here in the morning? She'll have to find out. She wouldn't be surprised if they all sleep the day away, calling evening feast, morning feast, evening feast, and skipping high sun feast altogether, content with a tankard of ale. Well, half a tankard in the case of Tarin Lightfingers. Lily sits on the edge of the bed and pecks at some morsels from a packed ration, purposely dropping some crumbs for Bones, though she pretends to not do it on purpose. Bones, of course, plays along and waits until she's not looking to collect the tasty bits by his mistress's feet. As she turns in for the night, she stares at the empty bed across from her, this time her bangs broadly brushed aside, thinking of the missing elven maiden before falling asleep. In the morning, Lily refreshes herself and is happy to have no choice but to wear her new tunic. It's time to see if the ShadowGuard recruiter's companion, Tarin Lightfingers, and his fool gambling friends are about, the ranger and that minotaur. She's still wondering if it would be rude to ask if he enjoys Grommen tongue. To her amazement, they're still playing cards.
How are you?
Tarin Lightfingers. The diminutive halfling playing a card game with a minotaur and a ranger jumps a bit when she taps on the shoulder, but recovers quickly from his startle and gives Lily a wide grin. Greetings to you, madam. I'm Tarin Lightfingers, halfling card player extraordinaire. These two large gentlemen are Lyen Silverblade, my close personal friend, and Ghan, a minotaur from the Isle of Carach. Yeah, I really like to make sure that this is really Markius Albright's friend. Really? He said that? Well, if that's how he chooses to consider me honored. Of course, Lily wants to make a good impression with acquaintances of the ShadowGuard recruiter, introducing herself. Well then, we're most esteemed company. I hear your father has become a bit of a local legend around these parts, bringing the city of Ghaarak under imperial rule and all. Well, it certainly is a pleasure to meet you, Lily. Would you care to join us for a game of cards? I'd be quite honored to have such a well-mannered young woman join us for a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure Lily wants to actually play cards. Maybe she'll watch a little. Maybe they can converse a little bit. Do as you like, my young friend. He motions to an empty seat beside him. Turns back to his cards. After a few minutes of playing Redhead, Tarin manages to beat his two larger opponents, collecting this sizable bet, which has grown on the table. Sorry, gentlemen, but it seems I've outwitted you yet again. Suddenly, the large minotaur Ghan flares his eyes wide. The fates curse you! Curse you all! And with a mighty swing of his fist, Ghan demolishes the table before him, sending the cards flying everywhere. Tarin's a bit anxious, and rightly so, for the minotaur looms as a giant over the halfling's small frame. Easy now, Ghan. Lyen drew his blade. Keep your hands off him, Ghan. Slowly, the minotaur seems to gather his calm. I apologize. You won fairly. I shall honor the rules. I just needed the gold. He hangs his head in shame. I shall never regain my honor now. I shall have to return to Carach and tell my Vhaarah that I lost her Soul Brooch. Easy now, big fella. We're all friends here, and I certainly didn't mean for a simple game of fun to turn into this. Why don't you tell us what happened? Perhaps we can help. 2 nights ago, I lost a game of cards to Mylok, a dirty little man here in the market. I had no gold to pay my debt. and was forced to give him my Soul Brooch. Among my people, there could be no greater shame than losing one's Soul Brooch. It's a symbol of the life bond between myself and my love, Vhaarah. To lose such a great gift shows dishonor and weakness. If it means that much to you, Ghan, I can give you the gold to buy back your Soul Brooch. I was only playing for fun anyway. It would be little trouble to give you the gold you need. Ghan explains that he cannot accept such aid. It is I who brought this upon myself, and it is I who must face the consequences of my action. To accept your gift would only increase my shame. With his head bowed low, the Minotaur walks away, his massive shoulders slumped in despair. Poor Ghan. I feel truly terrible about his predicament. That Mylok fellow is known for rigging his card games to benefit his own purse. I fear Ghan may have fallen prey to one of Mylok's scams. Actually, Lilly sees it as the Minotaur's fault. Well, perhaps that's true, and perhaps it's not. Knowing Mylok, he likely had his whole scenario planned before he ever played against Ghan. Say what you want about us gamblers, but it doesn't make foul play any better. Well, this is tough. Of course, Lilly's trying to impress Markius Albright, the ShadowGuard recruiter, and this is one of his acquaintances. But Ghan is an acquaintance of an acquaintance. He's not sure how much he really wants to help. I'll tell you what, if you can get back this Soul Brooch from Mylok, I'll be willing to give you 100 gold pieces for it. Alright. It's awfully cheap, but again, for the ShadowGuard recruiter, he's got a deal. She doesn't want to haggle and give a bad impression. Good to hear. You'll likely find that scumbag Mylok creeping around here in the market district. Find him and see if you can get back that Soul Brooch. Return to me with it, and we'll arrange for it to be returned to Ghan. This is ridiculous. A talking bull loses a love token as if the beast is even capable of love in a game of chance and then proceeds to lose the rest of his fortune, and she's supposed to feel sympathy for it? She reminds herself this is for a good recommendation from Tarin to reach the ShadowGuard recruiter's ears. If she can't find Mylok, maybe she could just find some other brooch that looks similar. How precious could it really have been, anyway? Mylok. He certainly looks shady enough. Lilly wants to be ready in case he's got some kind of thing for jewelry. She tries to conceal her crest beneath the folds of her tunic.
What do you want?
Bugger off, Imperial. I have no desire to speak with you. Alright, Lilly trying to verify if this is in fact Mylok. He looks at Lilly suspiciously. It might be. What's it to you? Alright, Lilly trying to see if she can see the Soul Brooch in Mylok's possession. She doesn't see it. But now he's especially wary of Lilly. What do you want with me? Speak your business quickly or be gone from my presence. Alright, just gonna have to fabricate a story. Looking for a magical pendant called the Soul Brooch. He shrugs. Yeah, I won a Soul Brooch from a fool of a Minotaur the other day. The stupid beast couldn't even realize I had rigged our card game against him. Well, just wondering how much he might want for it. I think 75 gold pieces ought to be about right. Alright. Just gonna haggle a little. Offer him 50. I suppose 50 will suffice. So at least she made a meager profit, assuming that Tarin will uphold his end of the deal. Lilly just has to have a closer look at this Soul Brooch. To her surprise, she can sense a magical aura about it, but she can't seem to focus clearly on it enough to know what it does. Must be something unique to minotaurs. She had no idea the beasts even dabbled in the art. Oh, look at that. Charisma +1, but only usable by magical beast. Okay. It's interesting. When the Sharakan Empire first came into Ghaarak, many were suspicious. But the efforts of Ocar's Black have been done much to ease our worries. He's a truly great man. He's heard that maybe one too many times. At least just glad she won't be losing any coin from this Soul Brooch nonsense. Pathetic. It's still sulking in the corner like a child. Helping a friend of a companion of the recruiter is really trying Lilly's patience.
How are you?
Alright, Lilly explaining to Tarin that she has the Soul Brooch. Ah, excellent. Here's what I'd like you to do. Take the brooch back to Ghan and tell him you won it in a card game. She's not sure that he'd fall for that. From what I hear of Minotaur culture, if the brooch has been recovered in the same manner it was lost, in this case through a game of chance, then it does not bring dishonor to the Minotaur. Good. Once it is in his hands, return to me here for your reward. Now, on your way, lassie. I'm not sure she appreciates his tone. Between the emaciated bull and this runt that passes for a halfling, she's about to lose her temper.
Greet you!
Now I shall never win back my beloved Vhaarah's Soul Brooch. The fates have deemed to bring doom upon me for my foolishness. Alright, Lilly presenting the Soul Brooch. His eyes light up. You have the Soul Brooch. I never thought I'd lay eyes upon it again. But then his expression goes wary. I cannot accept its return, though. I lost it in a game of chance, and honor demands that I only recover it in such a fashion. Of course, Lilly lying that she won it in a game of chance with Mylok. Well, perhaps. I had not considered that possibility. Yes. Almost sounds like he needs to convince himself. I believe it would. Will you return my Soul Brooch to me, Elven One? I'd be eternally grateful to see it in my possession again. Alright, Lilly giving him the Soul Brooch. Thank you, Elven One. You've allowed me to regain my honor. I'm grateful. No, I'll remember this deed forever. She's charmed and hopes to forget it.
How are you?
I can see the glowing expression of Ghan even from here, Lilly. So I assume the Soul Brooch is once more in his possession. As promised, pay you your reward. Well, it's only a friend of Markius. She'll certainly accept it. You've earned my respect this day, Lilly. I'll not forget your help. Who knows? Perhaps we'll find our paths cross once more. Now, the night is still young, and Tarin is cut off mid-sentence as a slim, wiry man approaches. Malthar. A dark-skinned man, and he bows before Tarin. A rather strange sight, as the man stands nearly twice as high as the small halfling. Good day to you, sir, halfling. I'm Malthar, and I wish to extend my greetings to you. Nice to meet you, Malthar. I'm Tarin Lightfingers, traveler of the Northern Reaches and card player extraordinaire. Pleased to meet your acquaintance. The same to you, small sir. My companions and I are seeking a bit of company to pass the time with. Perhaps play a few hands of cards. Would you be interested in joining us? A game of cards, huh? Can't say I'd be willing to pass that up, and there isn't much else going on at the moment. Sure, why not? Excellent. Malthar looks at Lilly and Lyen. Your companions are welcome to come along if they like. Follow me. Tarin saying he'd love if Lilly would join them. Calling for Lyen. We have yet more gold to win before the night is done. Lyen smiles and shakes his head, but follows anyway. These men and their incessant card games. She hasn't even been able to find out anything about the ShadowGuard recruiter from Tarin yet, either.
Greet you!
My days of gambling have ended. Remarkable wisdom for a beast. She'd like to discover something from Tarin that might improve her chances of being initiated into the Order.
I greet you.
We'll be starting a card game soon, madam. Would you care to join us for a few drinks while we wait for everyone to arrive? Yeah, Lily's not sure she's going to play, but maybe have a drink and a seat. Excellent. How about a round of drinks for our new friends, huh, fellas? Malthar gives Lilly and Tarin a wide smile, showing a row of bright white teeth. That drink sounds most in good order, chap. My big brutish friend and I'll take a nice pint of ale. What about you, Lilly? Care for a drink as well? Well, he's not going to share in any ale. Malthar's grin fades just a little bit. As you wish, lass. Consider yourself too good to drink with the likes of us. It'll just save me a few gold pieces. So when does a card game begin? Quite anxious to begin. I bet you are. Malthar's expression darkens for a moment, but he quickly hides it. But all our companions have not arrived yet. In the meantime, why don't we chat a bit? You claimed your name to be Tarin Lightfingers, if I'm not mistaken. That be the infamous Tarin Lightfingers of Lassery, known throughout the Northern Reaches for his impeccable luck at the card tables? Well, yes, I suppose that would be me, although I haven't lived in Lassery for quite some time. Malthar and his companions have lost their smiles. The same Tarin Lightfingers that fled Lassery in cowardice when he lost a sizable sum of gold to Pharos Nightcrawler. Tarin gulps. I'm afraid you must be mistaken, my friend. Did I say Tarin Lightfingers? I meant Aaron Mightfinger. Yeah, that's it. Malthar's eyes narrow. Pharos does not take kindly to halflings leaving town with unpaid debts. I'm afraid you've gotten quite the bounty on your head, little halfling. Lyen, it might be time for you and I to get out of here. Just as the halfling begins to rise, his eyes start drooping heavily as he wonders what's happening. A halfling with a price on his head shouldn't take drinks from strangers, little fool. Pharos Nightcrawler will be quite happy to have you return to him for proper punishment. Lyen tries to stand, but his strength fails him and he slumps in his chair, wondering if it's poison. Malthar turns to Lilly. You there, lass. We want no trouble from you. Just mind your business. You won't get hurt. Yeah, Lily's not going to risk herself for Tarin Lightfingers. Only an acquaintance of the recruiter. Besides, Markius would surely understand. Good to hear. Going to collect a nice bounty on this halfling's head, and I'll nothing stand in my way. It appears that sleeping herb has worked out nicely after all. Alright, men, let's get the halfling out of here and get him somewhere safe until we can get the ship ready. It's simple, really. She'll explain to Markius that she was drugged along with Tarin and Lyen, and that the cowardly bull did nothing to help any of them. Lilly Black! Those men, they took little Tarin Lightfingers, didn't they? Yeah, she's probably wondering, what was he doing the entire time on the other side of the tavern? I think she's gonna play it that she was drugged as well. I believe they did. I saw one of them carrying Tarin out the door. I fear for the little halfling's safety. Those men are accomplices of Pharos Nightcrawler, a powerful crime lord in the city of Lassery. He's known as a cruel man, and Tarin's life may be in grave danger. Well, Lilly will help on Markius's behalf, but she's not going to do it alone. Yeah, asking if Ghan will assist. I wish that I could, Lilly, but my island of Carach lies not far from the city of Lassery. Pharos Nightcrawler controls great power in that region, and I fear he'd strike against my people in retaliation, if I were to get involved. Sounds like an excuse to Lilly. I don't think she wants to insult Ghan either. She's not going to do it alone. Very well then. I shall simply have to pray that Tarin finds some way to safety. I have seen those men often by the boathouse in the market district. Might be worth looking into if you decide differently at a later time. Farewell, Elven One. I shall pray Tarin Lightfingers escapes this trap, finds his way to freedom. Pray. She'll be sure to tell Tarin he was in the bull's prayers.
What do you want?
Or at least Lyen Silverblade is going to find Tarin. Lilly, will you help me? Again, for just an acquaintance of Markius, I think she'd like something for her trouble. Reward? How about you help my friend or remove your digits with the rusted blade? Does that pique your interest any? Alright. She doesn't want bad word getting back to Markius. Let's track down this Malthar fellow and retrieve Tarin. As he's safe, I'll carve some respect into the ranks of those Nightcrawlers. Lyen Silverblade. They call him a ranger, but even Lilly can tell he has less honorable talents, and that those likely outweigh any he might have as a scout. This stands in stark contrast to the Stormcrow emblem etched into his black leathers, a well-known royal crest here in the northern reaches. If he weren't a companion of Tarin and so associated with Markius, she'd simply assume them counterfeit or stolen, but decides it could very well be true. Not as important as, say, a southern lord, but a lord nonetheless. Lilly and the likely lord, laden with a longsword and longbow, set out to rescue Tarin. Outside, from within the market square, Lilly spots Malthar near the pier inside a boathouse. She just hopes that Lyen, if he does come from nobility, is better trained than Markius. The slave become guard. Curse it all! That lazy Halgok still hasn't arrived. If I lose my prize due to his ineptitude, I'll have his head. Lilly and Lyen descend through the trapdoor into the Nightcrawler's hideout. At least it doesn't smell like the sewers, but it's close. Or maybe it's just this Nightcrawler doorman. Lilly doesn't want to inhale any deeper than she has to find out as she approaches the half-orc door guard, almost holding her breath.
Hello?
The Nightcrawler doorman. One of the members of the Nightcrawler gang, which abducted Tarin. This be Nightcrawler business. You know what's good for you. You best go topside. Go topside? Does this fool think himself on a ship? If he knew what was good for him, he'd politely open the door, step aside, and bow to allow Lady Black and her company to pass. She readies herself for quite the opposite as she commands Bones to start work on the door. Or wand of lightning. Oh. On his person, a key. His entire purpose in life to guard this simple little piece of iron, and he failed at even that. Although the rescuers will likely have to do this the hard way, Lilly sets Bones to scout ahead to weed out any other unobliging and likely inept door guards. There appears to be only two. Based on the futile resistance of the first, Lilly signals her dutiful panther to start the attack without her. Tell Malthar we've got trouble out here. Alright, looks like Bones has probably found other Nightcrawlers. Alright, now we're in trouble. Where's Lyen? Alright, just gonna summon creature. Bones. On the lightning. Yeah, it's like Lyen is stuck in the wall or something. It's like they're fighting through the wall. On the lightning. Ah. With Malthar and the other Nightcrawler gang members dispatched, Lilly gives Lyen a healing kit in order for him to tend to his own wounds. She then proceeds to loot the leader's corpse. Besides some unique-looking short swords on his person, apparently the privilege of leading such a prestigious band of thugs, she finds a key. Alright, Tarin's cell key. Lilly pours herself a tiny cup of wine, adds a pinch of crushed pearl, but this time she remembers to stir the odd concoction with an owl's feather. As she discerns the powers of Malthar's short sword, she beams proudly at Lyen, who wasn't there to witness the Wand of Lightning debacle and the Slaver's Lair. Alright, the Ripper. A special short sword, crafted for the sole purpose of shredding far more easily through thin cloth and flesh. Alright. Apparently, the Nightcrawler hideout connects to a secret dock underground, underneath the pier of the Market District harbor itself. It must reach the water by way of a cavernous water tunnel, allowing the gang to secretly enter Ghaarak without having to dock at the harbor. Lilly wonders how much time she has until Ghaarak arrives with the ship Malthar was waiting for. Probably wouldn't be prudent to sit idle for too long. They need to find Tarin's cell and get out of here. Want a lightning? More spoils from the Nightcrawler coffers. This time, to Lilly's satisfaction, a rod, though she can't quite discern its true powers just yet. If this is Tarin Lightfingers' prison cell, Lilly wonders why he hasn't just passed through the bars. He's certainly diminutive enough. The little halfling slowly rises to his feet groggily. Lilly Black, is that you? Oh, thank the gods you're here. My poor little head. I thought I'd end my days in the dungeons of Pharos Nightcrawler for sure this time. Yeah, apparently this has happened before. He looks embarrassed. Well, yes, in a fashion. You see, this chap in Lassery, a nasty fellow who goes by Pharos Nightcrawler, seems to want my head upon a spike. It's all over a bunch of foolishness, but he seems quite adamant in his pursuit of me. That's a long story. I'd say we have far greater worries at the moment as to how I'm going to get out of here. As far as Lilly knows, the path should be safe. Sounds like a decent enough plan to me. Asking Lyen to get the ship ready. We should prepare our escape immediately, for to get out of here in one piece. Lyen nods and leaves. Lead the way, Lilly. Lilly thinks it was a bit premature for Tarin to dismiss Lyen so quickly, especially considering how useless he probably is in combat. And even though Lilly tried to explain at length how the bull was only willing to pray for him, he just didn't seem to comprehend her point. Dull on both ends, she supposes. Or maybe his poor little mind only has room for counting cards. It's probably filled to the brim, keeping stock of all the lies he's told his entire life, so as to be able to repeat them without error. Or Tarin saying he's free. Lilly, left alone, wonders if any of this has been worth it. She can only hope that Tarin will praise her good name when he speaks to the ShadowGuard recruiter next, as she gently raises herself up the rope. Thank you so much for saving my life, Lilly. I don't know how I could ever repay you for your kind act. Lily's not gonna lie. A little gold would go a long way. I'd like you to offer you the 400 gold I won here in Ghaarak as payment for my brave rescue. It's the least I can give. It's a start. Well, I will be off my way now. No good staying around here much longer. Good luck to you, Lilly. I have a feeling we may yet see each other before all is over and done with. Makes his way to the docks in preparation to leave Ghaarak for safety. 400 gold. What a small but perhaps appropriate price he attaches to his own life. And so Lilly's come to the aid of both Markius Albright's companions, the ShadowGuard recruiter. She doesn't have much to do except await his return to see if he finally invites her into that elite order. She contemplates trading the square, but finds herself too tired after the ordeals of the day. Besides, she's come rather accustomed to the night shopping she's been doing of late. Ravenclaw Tavern, room number 1. Slowly becoming Lilly's home away from home. She again sits on the edge of the bed, pecking at another packed ration, and again playing that familiar game of messy mistress and coy cat with bones. A second night, a second bed, cold and empty. Thoughts of Carach occupy her mind as she falls asleep. On the way out, Lilly spots the Minotaur from Tarin's card game. She's reminded of how much she despises some of the guests at the tavern, and how undeserving they can be, and has a sudden change of heart. She decides to take back her bit of charity, her copy of the 7-volume History of Oberon, inscribed by the High Sage Melbeth. If they run out of kindling this winter, they'll just have to burn something else. Furniture, perhaps. It's about time Ragnar purchased anew anyway. Especially if her father is going to lease her a private room here. The bull probably lost his Soul Brooch again. Lilly can't pass up the opportunity to relish in its pathetic self-loathing if it did.
Greet you!
I hear Tarin escaped the clutches of Pharos Nightcrawler's men, and all due to your courage, Elven One. With no thanks to the Minotaur, Lilly decides the time to see her father is overdue.